Greetings, everyone. I'm Mar, and once again, this is my opinion. As I've mentioned before, my older brother introduced me to horror, while I discovered the Golden Age icons like Frankenstein and Dracula on my own. Through my brother, I met Jason, Freddy, and The Shape. One Friday in the late 90s, when my brother still lived in the travel trailer my grandparents had on the property, he introduced me to The Evil Dead. While I'd seen Gore before, the amount within blew my mind, along with several key moments. What you're introduced to early on sticks. The gore is next level. Nothing new for horror following Hammer. Here it is taken up a level. We see ankles stabbed, eyes gouged, bodies decay before exploding with eldritch force, and blood runs down a film projector. This last one references advice Sam Raimi was given during pre-production. While the budget was small and it does show in places, Raimi used it well. The obvious claymation adds a sense of charm to the horror, and Linda's simple doll makeup works for her character. Cheryl's evolving Deadite makeup balances things out. While I retained no major effects moments from my first viewing, the overall tone and emotional impact lingered. The comparatively mundane moments like Rachel reaching through the cellar door and Linda's mad laughter lingered. The only major moment I remember isn't elaborate effects wise, but controversial. Yep, the infamous rape scene. A simple in camera effect, but filmed and edited well enough to make one feel uncomfortable regardless of gender. While I didn't quite understand what was unfolding during my first watch, I knew it was unsettling. Subsequent watches haven't changed the unease, and adult understanding heightens it. The forest's evil inflicts pain in the most invasive way possible. If only the remake filmmakers hadn't tried to one-up this scene visually. One of that version's failings, but that's for another video. While Raimi was not yet an auteur, this early effort gives a glimpse into his genius. His direction is top-notch, pulling genre-serviceable performances from the cast. His shot blocking is artistic without feeling pretentious. If you've only seen his later efforts like Darkman in the Spider-Man trilogy, you'll recognize elements here and there. Imperfect due to Raimi's experience and budget limitations, for any cinephile it's something to note and compare. The smaller budget forced Raimi to improvise, most notably in the infamous POV shots. Now for the characters. While there are exceptions, most horror characters aren't complex. Evil Dead falls victim to this cliché. Other than being college students on a getaway and personal relationships, there's not a lot on paper. This is compensated for by the cast's charm. We believe they're friends and feel for the survivors as each member turns. Once Ash is the last one standing, we want him to overcome the Deadites and survive this dark night. It's a tough battle, but he pulls through. Speaking of Ash, if you've only seen the sequels and TV show, you'll be surprised to see he isn't quite the same character. There are hints, but the one-line slinging, name-taking doofus hasn't been developed yet. Even so, it works within the film's context. Half writing, half Bruce Campbell not coming into his own. Once Dead by Dawn came out, the formula is figured out and the king is here. In addition to Ash, if you've only seen the later entries, the film's tone might surprise you. While both fall into horror comedy, Army of Darkness focuses on the latter, while Evil Dead 2 balances both. While certain moments precariously approach a dark humor shift, The Evil Dead is classic horror. From character reactions to the way Raimi frames the mise-en-scène, suspense and tension builds until the climax. While hampered slightly by the budget, given the way the Book of the Dead's magic works, burning it to undo the current wave works. It doesn't hold into the sequel, but it's enough a blow to allow Ash to survive until the first dawn. The Evil Dead is a horror classic. While it lacks character depth, the cast's charm and Raimi's direction compensates and carries it forward. There's a reason beyond shock while it's still discussed amongst cinephiles, and it's why that discussion will continue into eternity.